Okay, here we go with part 4 of Excel Project 1, and this is the last part in the series. This is where we are going to take some of the data and numbers from our spreadsheet and create a 3D pie chart. So there's lots of different charts and graphs you can make in a spreadsheet, depending on the situation and what would be most appropriate. But for this project, we're going to be focusing specifically on creating a 3D pie chart. So we're going to add the pie chart. We're going to format the chart a little bit using a chart style. You're going to see we're going to move the chart to its own sheet. Then we are going to have some different tabs then, and we're going to change the sheet tab names and show you how you can change the color of a sheet tab. And then when you're done, we'll upload back to SAM to get our report, which hopefully doesn't have any mistakes. So here we go with our spreadsheet where we left off. Okay, so when we are going to create a chart or a graph, the most important part is what do you want to chart? Okay, so what do you want to show in your chart? So for us, we're going to have a pie chart that basically shows where our money is going. So what are we spending the most money on? So we want to have a chart that shows our expenses. So first I'm going to highlight the names of my expenses here. So cells A9 to A16. Okay, and just like we did in the last video, we're going to use the control key now. So hold down the control key, and then we're going to highlight cell N9 to N16. So we have the name of our expenses, and then the total amount for the year for our expenses. Again, using the control key. So step 1 when creating a chart is to highlight what you want to have displayed in your chart or graph. Then I want to go to the Insert button, so our Insert tab. Okay, excuse me. And then I want to go down to, there's a Charts section. All right, and again, your screen might look a little different. Okay, but this area here is lots of different charts and graphs you can put in here. Okay, and the different projects we do, we'll look at some of these. But I want to look for the part that says Insert Pie or Donut Chart. Okay, it's a small little button there, and I'm going to hit the drop down menu. Okay, and I want to go to a 3D pie chart. Okay, so the 3D pie chart. Okay, there are 2D charts if you can kind of hold your mouse over them to see what they look like. Okay, this is called a donut chart. All right, but we're going to go to the 3D pie chart. So I'm going to click there. Okay, and it brings up a whole new menu of things. Okay, so I'm going to first double click in our chart title. Okay, so I just double clicked in there, clicking to select the whole chart title. So now I can edit that text. Okay, and I want to type in monthly expenses to give our chart, our graph, a name. Okay, so it shows what we are graphing here. Okay, so it's, again, still with the chart selected. You have to be careful. If you click away from the chart, now you're back to your spreadsheet formatting menus up here. Okay, if you click once on the chart, now we have our chart tools and a whole different menu of items here. Okay, so with the chart selected, I'm going to come over to this shortcut button here, which is Chart Styles. Okay, so again, I'm going to come over to this Chart Styles button. It's a shortcut button here. Okay, you can get it up here also, but this shortcut button take you to Chart Styles. Okay, and there we go. Took a couple of seconds to load. I want to look for Chart Style 5. Okay, so they're numbered. So there's Chart Style 5. Okay, so you just kind of have to scroll down. Okay, so I apply Chart Style 5. Okay. And again, there's lots of different styles you can use. Okay, some formatting. Okay, some apply the names in different spots. Some actually show a percentage. Okay, which is kind of nice if you want to put their percentages on there. So you can do that. Okay, lots of different ways you can display. Okay, that's a really nice one with the percentages written on there. But we're going to go with Style 5. Okay, which I already applied. So just to make sure, Style 5. Okay. So I can click away from there, or click again to close it. Okay, now still with the chart selected, Now, this doesn't make sense to kind of be in the middle of our spreadsheet here. So if you wanted to, you could. See how we have the 4 arrows. Just click and, whoops, you have to be careful what you have selected. So I'm going to undo that. See, I had the actual chart selected there. Click away from there. Now the chart's not selected. And you can move the graph wherever you want manually. So you can put it underneath if you want. Okay. But what we're going to do is, again, with the chart selected, is go over to Move Chart. Button up top here, move the chart, and click that. Okay, so right now, the chart is an object in Sheet 1. Okay, and that's what we're working in, Sheet 1. So it's just something in the new sheet, or in Sheet 1. Okay, so we are going to move that and do a new sheet. Okay, and then we're going to give it a name. Okay, so we're going to call it Monthly Expense Chart. So it's a new sheet, monthly expense chart. And then I click OK. Okay, now it has its own tab down here. Okay, here's our spreadsheet. But now we have another tab where the graph is all by itself on its own tab. Okay, so next we're going to go back to our spreadsheet here. So it's called Sheet 1 right now. But I want to give this a name down here. All right, so what I'm going to do is use the right mouse key and right click. Okay, and now we bring up, so make sure you're on the word Sheet 1 when you right click to get this menu, and go up to Rename. Okay, and it highlights the Sheet 1 tab. And we're going to call this one Monthly Finances. Okay, and hit Enter. So now we have good descriptive tab names. Okay, and next you can go back and right click on Monthly Finances, and just to show you, you can give that tab a color. Okay, so here it doesn't really matter what color you use. Okay, so if you want to make it purple, make it purple. If you want to make it red, make it red. All right, so if you had multiple tabs, you might want to color them so that they kind of stand out. Okay, so I can make it blue. Get right click and go to tab color, make it red. Okay, whatever you want to do, that is how you change the tab color and rename. So right clicking on the tab brings up a whole new menu. Okay, again to rename, and we did the tab color there. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of the project. Okay, so I'm going to do one final save. Okay, it's always important before you upload back to SAM to hit save. Okay, so from here, we can go back to our SAM account. Let me get to a student view here. If you need to, again, launch Textbook Project 1. Okay, or whatever your teacher named this project in SAM. All right, I'm going to hit Start. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll down, and here's where we upload. Okay, so again, I'm going to choose Files, and here you should navigate through to where you have this saved. Okay, and there's my file name, again with the file name we copied in video 1. Click Open, and then I would submit. Okay, and then after we submit, we go and get the report to see if there's any errors, make corrections, and we can re-upload again. So that is the conclusion of Project 1.